An Israeli Air Force major just got caught using classified military intelligence to place bets on Polymarket. And what he did could change everything we know about prediction markets and crypto betting forever. Stay tuned, because this story has implications that go way beyond one corrupt officer. What's up, crypto fam? Welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest stories in crypto and finance that actually matter for your portfolio. I am your host, and today we diving deep into a scandal that's rocking both the military and crypto worlds. We talking about classified information, illegal betting, and how this could impact the entire prediction market ecosystem. So here's what happened. An Israeli Air Force major, whose name hasn't been released yet, has been charged with using classified military intelligence to place bets on Polymarket. For those who don't know, Polymarket is one of the largest decentralized prediction markets where people bet on real-world events using cryptocurrency. Now, this wasn't just some random gambling. This officer had access to sensitive information about military operations, regional conflicts, and geopolitical events that regular civilians could never know about. And he was using that inside information to basically print money on prediction markets. The charges were filed last week by Israeli military prosecutors, and according to the indictment, this has been going on for months. We're talking about systematic abuse of classified information for personal financial gain. The officer allegedly placed bets on events related to Middle Eastern conflicts, military operations, and even specific timing of government announcements. What makes this even more serious is that Polymarket has become a massive platform. Just in 2024 alone, it has processed over $1 billion in betting volume. And a significant portion of that comes from geopolitical events, especially conflicts in the Middle East where this officer had insider knowledge. If you're finding this valuable so far, smash that like button. It helps more people see this important story, and we're just getting started with the implications. Now let us talk about why this matters beyond just one bad actor. This case exposes a fundamental flaw in how prediction markets operate when it comes to information asymmetry. Prediction markets are supposed to be efficient because they aggregate the collective wisdom of many participants. But when someone has access to classified information, the entire system breaks down. It's like playing poker when one person can see everyone else's cards. Let me give you some numbers to put this in perspective. The average Polymarket user might risk $50 to $500 per bet. But when you have inside information, you can confidently place much larger bets knowing the outcome in advance. The Israeli officer reportedly placed bets totaling over $50,000 across multiple events, with a success rate that was statistically impossible without insider knowledge. Here's what's really concerning. Military and intelligence personnel from around the world have access to information that could give them massive advantages in prediction markets. If this is happening with one Israeli officer, how many others are doing the same thing? The Israeli military has stated they're conducting a broader investigation to see if other personnel were involved. But this raises questions about soldiers and intelligence officers from every country that has active military operations. Fun fact, 80% of you watching aren't subscribed yet. If you want to stay ahead of these market-moving stories before they hit mainstream news, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. So what does this mean for the broader crypto and prediction market space? Well, first, it's going to bring unwanted regulatory attention to platforms like Polymarket. Regulators have already been skeptical of prediction markets and this kind of insider trading scandal gives them more ammunition to crack down. We could see new compliance requirements, identity verification processes, and restrictions on certain types of bets. Polymarket has already responded by saying they're cooperating with authorities and reviewing their internal monitoring systems. But here's the challenge: how do you detect insider trading when the inside information is classified military intelligence? Unlike traditional financial markets where unusual trading patterns might trigger alerts, prediction markets don't have the same sophisticated monitoring systems. And when the insider information comes from classified sources, there is no public record to compare against. This could also impact other prediction market platforms like Augur, Gnosis, and even traditional betting platforms that offer political and conflict-related markets. Investors and users are going to start questioning the fairness and integrity of these platforms. We're already seeing some market reaction. Polymarket token hasn't moved much yet, but that's probably because most retail investors don't understand the full implications yet. But institutional investors and VCs who back these platforms are definitely paying attention. Okay, so what does this mean for you as a crypto investor or someone who uses prediction markets? First, be aware that information asymmetry is a real risk in these markets. If you betting on geopolitical events, military conflicts, or government decisions, understand that there are people out there with access to information you'll never have. This doesn't mean you shouldn't participate, but you need to factor this risk into your strategy. Second, this is likely to accelerate the development of better monitoring and compliance systems for prediction markets. Platforms that can prove they have robust anti-insider trading measures will have a competitive advantage going forward. For crypto investors more broadly, this reinforces the importance of due diligence when investing in prediction market tokens or DeFi platforms that facilitate betting. Regulatory risk is real, and scandals like this can tank token prices overnight. If you're already using Polymarket or similar platforms, consider diversifying across multiple platforms and avoiding putting large amounts on single events, especially geopolitical ones where insider information could play a role. Here's my actionable advice for navigating this situation. First, if you're active in prediction markets, focus on events where insider information is less likely to exist. Things like sports outcomes, entertainment events, or long-term technological predictions are generally safer. Second, keep position sizes small on geopolitical events. The potential for insider trading makes these markets inherently unfair for retail participants. Think of it like this: you wouldn't play poker against someone who can see your cards, so don't bet against people with classified information. Third, stay informed about regulatory developments. This case is going to prompt lawmakers and regulators to take a closer look at prediction markets. New rules could create both risks and opportunities depending on how they re-implemented. For traders and investors, watch for overreactions in the market. If Polymarket token or other prediction market tokens get hammered because of this news, there might be buying opportunities once the dust settles. But make sure you understand the regulatory risks before jumping in. Finally, this situation highlights why decentralization and transparency are so important in crypto. Centralized prediction markets are more vulnerable to this kind of manipulation because they don't have the same level of transparency and community oversight. If you want to stay ahead of stories like this that can impact your investments, make sure you resubscribed and hit that notification bell. I break down these market-moving events before they hit mainstream news. So here's my prediction: this is just the beginning. We're going to see more cases like this as prediction markets grow and more people realize how much money you can make with inside information. The question is whether platforms and regulators can adapt fast enough to maintain market integrity. What do you think is going to happen next? Are prediction markets fundamentally flawed, or can technology and regulation solve these problems? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment and often turn your insights into future videos. And if this analysis was helpful, definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We've got more deep dives coming on how regulatory changes and market scandals affect your crypto portfolio. Check out this next video where I break down another major development that's flying under the radar but could impact your investments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.